The Baba Ghoulie Show is brought to you by OTR Halloween Holidays.
Now, the Roma Wine Company of Fresno, California presents Suspense.
Tonight, Roma Wines bring you Miss Myrna Loy, a star of Library Book, a suspense play produced, edited, and directed for Roma Wines by William Spear.
Suspense, radio's outstanding theater of thrills, is presented for your enjoyment by Roma Wines. That's R-O-M-A, Roma Wines. Those excellent California wines that can add so much pleasantness to the way you live, to your happiness in entertaining guests, to your enjoyment of everyday meals. Yes, right now a glassful would be very pleasant, as Roma Wines bring you Miss Myrna Loy in Library Book. A remarkable tale of suspense.
I'll get it, Maggie. Public Library, Hillcrest Branch. Miss Roberts speaking. No, I'm sorry. We do not carry the racing form. We do not carry even the current racing form, much less those published in 1925. I know nothing whatever of man-of-war's activities. Well, you'll have to consult another source to win your wager. Goodbye. Yes?
Miss, do I give mine book back here?
Yes, this is the return desk. Let me see. That's 2 days overdue. You owe 4 cents, Mrs. Rednick.
It's a lot of reading. My daughter read it to me nights. Here's the 4 cents, miss.
Thank you.
Oh, it was a grand book, though. Really grand.
Gone with the wind, I suppose. I personally very seldom read bestsellers.
It surely is romantic. I wonder, miss, do you know what happens on page 931?
Page 931?
Yes, we don't know to this day whether Scarlett, she goes to Marin's party for Ashley, or page 931 and 932 are missing. So we were wondering if...
Missing? Good heavens, let me see.
We just give anything to know if Scarlett went to the party.
One moment, Mrs. Rednick.
Huh?
The pages are missing. One leaf has been torn or cut from this book. This is vandalism.
It's what?
A page has been deliberately ripped out. Oh. I'll have to ask you for your reader's card.
But we didn't do it.
One moment, please. Miss Hughes.
Yeah?
Miss Hughes, will you please look up the list price of this book, Gone with the Wind?
Yeah, sure. Just a second.
You see, Mrs. Rednick, you will have to pay the cost of the book or lose all library privileges until you do.
Oh, but please, miss, we didn't do it.
It's $1.49, Prudence.
I don't pay no $1.49, because I didn't do it.
How'd you find out about the damage, Prudence?
Mrs. Rednick called my attention to it, fortunately.
Oh. Well, if she tore out the page, she wouldn't have told you.
Now, you see, miss?
But the rules...
Oh, relax, Prudence.
Well... Very well, Mrs. Rednick. I'll investigate further. In the meantime, you may continue to use your card.
Oh, thank you, miss. Thank you so much, and goodbye.
Goodbye. Maggie, why must you interfere like that? You know the rules perfectly well.
Yeah, sure, but they don't make sense.
That's not for us to say. She should have reported before she took the book out.
Well, now, that's silly. How could you report the page was torn out before she read the book?
Well, maybe you're right.
I don't know why you raise such a dust about it anyhow.
Because if I don't find out who did tear the book, I'll have to pay. And I don't want to spend $1.49 on a bestseller.
Hey.
Take care of that boy, Maggie.
Okay. What'll it be?
These here.
You want to take these out? All of them?
Sure. Here's my card.
Oh. Tarzan of the Apes, Tarzan Triumphant, Tarzan and the Leopard Men, Tarzan and the Forbidden City, Tarzan the Invincible, Tarzan... Morning becomes Electra.
Yeah, I'm making a radio, a walkie-talkie.
Oh, look, I haven't read this myself, but I don't think it's going to help you.
No? It says Electra.
Yeah, well, anyway, you got one too many books.
Okay, I'll take the electric book out when I bring these back. I'll bring them back tomorrow, so save it.
5 books, and he'll bring them back tomorrow. Did you get that, Prudence? 5 books, and the kids... Prudence, what are you doing?
It's very strange. It's really very strange.
Are you still mooning over that missing page? In Gone with the Wind?
Yes. You know, whoever ripped that page out also underlined words on the following page, page 933.
Yeah? What kind of words?
Oh, they don't seem to mean anything. Words like anyone, merrily, hardly. They've been underlined by little scratches in the paper.
Well, maybe somebody was cutting out cookies on top of the book. Come on, huh? It's past closing time.
I've got to find out what's on page 931. Well, I can buy a copy of this book on my way home, and I will.
Buy it? I thought you wouldn't spend dough on a bestseller.
Well, I shouldn't. But this annoys me. It's vandalism. And besides, I have an odd feeling, a feeling that something's wrong. Yes, I have a definite premonition.
Prudence, will you put that book away and come to bed?
All right, Maggie. I guess you win.
Oh, was cookies?
No, it was words. I fastened the 2 pages together and made the marks back through. But these words don't mean anything either. Cure, wait, poor. I think they were cut out of the book because the marks are above and below each word.
Sure, that's kid stuff. You know, cut out words and paste them to write a letter.
Cut them out? Well, of course. Let's see. There's poor, your, 50, instructions, her, Melanie.
Oh, Melanie. That was Olivia de Havilland in the picture.
Really? I wouldn't know. Now, I'll start with the word 50. It's an adjective and must modify something.
Oh, Natch.
50 health. No. 50 instructions. Could be, but it's awkward. 50 grand. Well, it's slang, but it does mean something.
I'll tell the world 50 grand means something.
Now, a noun must be followed by a verb. 50 grand to wait. Or to cure. I'll try that. 50 grand to cure.
That's a plenty expensive cure, that.
Now, her. 50 grand to cure her.
Melanie. A girl's name.
Melanie, why, yes. All the other words pair off perfectly now. Your Melanie, poor health, wait, instructions.
50 grand to cure her.
That's it, Maggie. The words couldn't possibly go in any other order.
Yeah. So, now you've solved the puzzle, let's get to bed.
Well, all right. I suppose I have to wait until the morning to call the police.
The police? Just because a book was torn?
No, because it's a ransom note.
Oh, Prudence.
But can't you see? That's what it says. Some poor girl named Melanie has been kidnapped and is being held for ransom for 50 grand. It's our duty as citizens to help her.
For Suspense, Roma Wines are bringing you as star Miss Myrna Loy in Library Book by Cornell Woolrich. Roma Wines' presentation tonight in radio's outstanding theater of thrills, Suspense.
Between the acts of Suspense, this is Truman Bradley for Roma Wines. Elsa Maxwell, the noted hostess, says, "Every woman knows men love good home cooking, simple dishes cooked well, like beef with pan-browned potatoes, a rich stew piping hot, a spaghetti with a lively sauce. And here's a secret to really make simple food more tempting, more enjoyable. Serve cool Roma California Burgundy. So delightful, so delicious, so distinguished. Enjoy Roma Burgundy with your dinner tomorrow night. It adds so much to the pleasure of dining. Roma wines are always unvaryingly good, full of fragrance and finer tasting, the result of carefully selected grapes gathered at peak of flavor fullness from California's choicest vineyards, quickly but gently pressed, then unhurriedly guided to perfection by Roma's ancient winemaking skill, and bottled at Roma's famed wineries. Remember, because of uniformly fine quality at reasonable cost, more Americans enjoy Roma than any other wine. Always ask for Roma, R-O-M-A, Roma wines.
And now Roma Wines bring back to our Hollywood soundstage Myrna Loy as Prudence Roberts in Library Book, a play well calculated to keep you in suspense.
Miss Roberts, I'm sorry I couldn't get here till this late. I'm Lieutenant Murphy from headquarters.
Oh, you're a detective?
Well, that's what my paycheck says, ma'am.
Oh, well, of course, you're not in uniform. But come over here behind my desk. I want to show you something.
Yes, ma'am.
Has anyone been kidnapped lately?
Huh? What?
Anyone named Melanie? Do you know?
Why?
Well, this book came back to the library damaged, and I deciphered a kidnap message from the damaged page. See? Read it.
You deciphered this note?
You're laughing at me. I want to do my duty, and you laugh.
Oh, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. We'll check on... Well, say, what do you know?
Yes? What is it?
Oh, nothing, miss. You took your glasses off, that's all. What'd you say your name was again, miss?
My name is Miss Prudence Roberts. What has that got to do with this?
Well, we have to know the source of our information. Yeah, this does look like a ransom note now that I look at it.
Of course it does.
But we haven't any case on deck right now that this could possibly fit into. I never heard of a ransom note without a kidnap case.
Oh, you haven't. Very well. I'm sorry I bothered you. We have to close the library now, so good evening.
Just a minute, miss. What are you going to do?
I'm going to find out who damaged this book. Do you see this card? These are all the people who have taken the book out. 6 altogether.
Mm-hmm.
Lucille Baumgarten, August Beasley, Walter Evans,
Well,
Jeanette
that's
Craig.
fine, miss. Look, maybe I could drop around and see how you're making out. Tomorrow?
No, I wouldn't inconvenience you. You needn't bother.
Gee, miss, you talk such good English.
I try to.
Well, look, could I see you home? It's pretty late, you know.
I feel quite safe, thank you. The worst that ever happened to me was one night when a vulgar masher spoke to me. He said, "Hi, Toots." Imagine.
Oh. Did you have your glasses on?
Why, come to think of it, that was the time I'd left them to be repaired. How very peculiar.
Yeah. Say, miss, how would you like to see a picture tonight with me, huh?
I wouldn't think of going out with someone I've met only once, Lieutenant.
Oh, yeah. I guess you wouldn't.
And besides, because the police of this city are obviously so inefficient, I have a great deal of work to do. Yes, Lieutenant Murphy, I'm going to be very busy tonight. Miss Baumgarten, I only wanted to make sure. You're sure the page was missing when you read it?
Oh, it was missing all right. I remember because it took me quite a while to figure out what happened, but I finally did, so it didn't worry me. Say, I'm not going to be in any trouble over this, am I?
No, it was damaged by someone before you.
But, miss, I didn't even read the book. I saw the name on it, see? Gone with the Wind. So I thought it was about airplanes. I'm building a glider, but when I started to read it, criminally. I think they ought to name books so you know what you're getting. It'd save a lot of trouble.
My dear young lady, a man of my age and education is aware of the value of books and cares for them properly, even novels. Yes, I remember that page was missing. Obviously ripped out, an act of wanton destruction. Shocking.
Yes, what do you want?
Does Miss Jeanette Craig live here?
What's that?
Does Miss Jeanette Craig live here?
She did. She moved.
Ah, when did she move?
Oh, about 2 weeks ago, Monday, I think. Yes, on the 17th.
But she returned this book on the 18th.
That book? Oh, no, I was the one that returned that for her. I was cleaning out a room and I found it.
Well, I work in the public library, and this book was damaged. I wanted to speak to Miss Craig about it.
Oh, well, all I know is that she didn't expect to go when she did. Her room still paid for her, and she left most of her things.
Ah.
Someone took sick and sent for her, they said. They called for her late one night, and off she went in a rush with 2 men.
But if she left her belongings, she'll be coming back for them.
Well, I guess she will, or she'll send for them.
When did you say her room would be available?
Her room?
Yes, I'm thinking of moving, and I like this neighborhood, and I thought...
Oh, well, come right in, and I'll show it to you. Now, it's real nice, first floor. Careful, it's dark in these halls. I'm used to it, and I can roam around with my eyes shut and still find my way. Now, this was her room. Come in. It's real nice in the daytime.
Is the closet good and deep?
Well, go ahead and look. That's her things in there, and some real nice things, too. I don't see how they do it, being a nightclub dancer.
Yes, lovely things. Huh. Funny. This monogram is MS, and on this bag, too. Those aren't her initials.
Oh, you know how it is. These girls lend each other their clothes. Probably belongs to a friend of hers.
Did you ever hear her mention Melanie?
Oh, no, we don't allow any eating in the rooms.
Well, I'll take it, but I have a roommate.
That's all right with me.
Fine. I'll get her, and we'll move in tonight.
Tonight? Well, all right. I'll move Miss Craig's things into my room, then.
Oh, no. Leave them right here. I mean, you don't have to bother. We'll have plenty of space. The closet is so large.
Oh, just as you say.
And anyway, I want to know when someone comes for her things, because I do want to find out where Miss Craig is. You see, I'm terribly anxious about the book. I really am.
Oh, Prudence, you and your mystery. We move out of a perfectly good apartment into a room next door to a pool hall.
But I have to find out where Jeanette Craig is.
Even when the lights are out, we have that darn neon sign. Chop Suey. Chop Suey.
But don't you think it's strange, Maggie? All her things initialed MS instead of JC. M could stand for...
Hey, listen. What's that? Shh.
Someone's unlocking the door.
Holy smoke.
Someone's come for her clothes. I know it. Yes? What do you want?
Well, I didn't expect to see.
We rented this room today. Wait, I'll turn on the light. Now, what do you want?
Well, you see, I was sent to get something...
How'd you get a key?
Huh?
I know. You've come for Miss Craig's things. Is that it?
Yeah. Yeah, miss, that's right. It's a good thing you rented a room because I come to pay up and settle everything. This way it's going to be a lot easier.
This way you can just take the things. They're right here in the closet. I'll help you.
Yeah? Well, thanks.
Here.
Huh? What did you...
It's quite a load, isn't it?
Well, well, thanks. Thanks, miss.
You'll have to make 2 trips.
Well, I think so.
There's so many things.
Yeah, well, I'll be right back as soon as I get these in the car.
Quick, Maggie. I have to dress. Help me.
Well, why didn't you ask him where this
I can't ask him. Now, look, Maggie. I'm going to slip out now. While he's in here, I'm going downstairs.
Why are you messing in this?
And I want you to cover up for me and delay him as long as possible.
Oh, jeepers. What are you going to do?
Come here. Look out the window. See his car down there, the long black one?
Yeah, I see it.
Well, I'm going to get in that taxi and follow him. Driver, he's awfully far ahead.
Lady, I know this game backwards. It's been 20 miles and I haven't lost him yet.
Keep close watch. He may turn off in an effort to evade us.
I'll see him. Hey, what's the matter? You move out on your hunt? Well, I don't blame you for being sore. But, lady, there's all kinds of angles.
I beg your pardon.
For instance, I notice you wear glasses. Now, there's a saying, men never make passes at girls who wear...
Please, will you confine yourself to your driving?
Okay. Hey, look, he turned.
Oh, hurry. Why? We're way out in the country.
Oh, you said it. He's turning off again, up ahead. Probably a driveway.
Pull up at the entrance.
Okay. Well, this must be it. There's a house, and there's the car.
Oh, what a lonely-looking place.
Yeah. Now what?
Well, you wait here, driver.
1 minute, lady. The time has come to tell you I got you clocked at $7.85.
That much? And I forgot my pocketbook.
I thought so, the old game.
But I have money at home.
Outside. You heard me? Outside. That's right. Now, if you was a man, I'd take it out of your jaw. As it is.
Oh, please. You aren't going to leave me.
Yeah. You're gonna walk.
But you can't leave me here.
Lady, I can't. Anyway, they might have a phone in the house.
I don't even know where I am.
I'll tell you where you are, baby. You're on your own.
Oh, to think anyone could be so... I'll report you.
Hey, you.
What? Oh, good heavens.
Quick, come closer, please.
All right.
Oh, please, take me away from here. Please help me get away from here.
Who are you?
Melanie Stevenson. They won't let me go. I think they're going to kill me.
Melanie? Ah. But where is Miss Craig?
I'm Miss Craig. Oh, please, I'll tell you later, but get me out of here.
Well, can you climb through and drop from the sill?
No, I'm chained to the bed. Oh, please, hurry, bring someone back with you. That's the only way I can get out of here.
All right. I'll run back and phone Lieutenant Murphy, and the police will...
Oh, no, they won't. Come in, Toots, and stay a while.
But you see,
Oh, hello. So we meet again. So you had a nice long ride following me, huh? Get in.
Oh, but you can't...
No, don't be bashful. You ain't going nowhere else from here. Not even to phone your friend, Lieutenant Murphy. You've reached the end of the road, babe. Positively the end of the road.
Oh, Murphy, close the door and sit down. This is important.
Okay, Captain. Why, what's up?
It's a kidnapping case, Murphy. I only hope we're not too late. That man who just left my office was Martin Stevenson.
Yeah, who's been kidnapped?
His daughter. This is the story. She ran away from home a few months ago to work in a nightclub. Took another name. Didn't even let her family know where she was living. That's why they didn't know when she disappeared, so it wasn't reported until now.
How'd she disappear?
Well, her father doesn't know. But it looks like someone recognized her in the club, knew the Stevensons had dough, and grabbed her. Well, first thing the old man knows, he gets a ransom note. You know, the usual kind, words cut out of something and pasted on paper to look like a telegram.
Words pasted on... Captain, what was the daughter's name?
Melanie, I think.
Melanie. Chief, you know, you should have had her to read more, like me.
Huh?
It's Melanie. Like in Gone with the Wind. She's the same note. The same note.
Now, what are you raving about?
The note that librarian, Miss Roberts, called us about. Remember I told you? Remember what a laugh it handed us?
Yeah, say, that's right. Well, she must be a pretty smart girl. Hey, maybe we ought to talk to her.
Yeah, just a minute. I got her phone number. I'll call her up.
Oh, so you got her phone number.
Huh?
I thought you said she wears glasses.
Well, I got it, Cap, just in case I turned up any information.
Yeah.
That's funny. She don't answer.
Well, she might know one or two people besides you, Murphy.
Yeah, but she's got a roommate. Oh, well, I guess I can see her in the morning. That's soon enough.
Oh, Prudence, they're going to kill us. I know it. They're sure you already went to the police. They're desperate. Maybe tonight they'll do it.
I guess they could kill us and still collect the ransom. But I don't think... No, they won't dare.
What are you doing?
Still trying to get this chain off my wrist. If I could open the padlock...
Oh,
darn
if you'd only moved away from the window sooner. Hey. What's that?
Someone on the stairs. They're carrying something up. Listen.
Have you got enough, Duke? You want to pour a lot on the stairs?
A lot of what?
Plenty. I got plenty.
What's that smell, Prudence? It's like...
Gasoline.
Oh, no.
Oh, they couldn't do that.
Come on, Duke. Get in the car. I got to start it.
Oh, they're going to burn us alive.
Shh. I want to hear.
Be right with you as soon as I give Meech a clip in the head.
Why worry? The smoke will get him. Come on.
Oh, I'm soft-hearted. Won't take a minute.
Oh, Prudence.
Shh. Get under the bed, quick. That's right, way back. Now, don't make a sound.
Okay, Duke. Step on it.
All right, ladies, where are you? Oh, I don't need a light to find you. You're so attached to that bed. Come on. Where are you? So you're being cute. Well, that ain't going to help any because trip me up, you little...
Bully, you unutterable bully. This is a good, strong shoe, and I'm going to... Trying to hit two helpless girls.
Oh, no. Prudence, the fire, look.
Oh, I'm getting out of here. Just have it your way, babe. Just have it your way.
Help!
Melanie. Melanie, will you stop that awful noise?
I don't want to die like this. I don't want to die like this.
Well, neither do I, but I have my dignity.
Help!
Hush. Please, hush. I want to see what they do.
What difference does it make they're leaving?
Yes, they're in the car, but a car's pulling up in front. Melanie, two cars. They've come. They've found us. The police. Lieutenant Murphy and two Carlos. Oh, listen. That's it, Lieutenant. That's the way.
Jump!
They've caught both of them, Eddie and Duke. It's wonderful. Lieutenant Murphy and Maggie's with him. That's how we knew.
Come on, jump, Miss Roberts.
We can't jump, Lieutenant. We're chained to the bed. He's coming up.
Oh, but can he get through? The stairs are full of smoke.
Can he get through, Lieutenant Murphy? Listen, fire won't stop him. We're in here. Over here in the corner.
Where's the padlock?
Right here, between us.
Okay, now look, I'm going to smash you with this flashlight, I hope. Turn your face. There, that does it. It's open. Are you Melanie Stevenson?
Yes.
Yeah, now look, you're going to have to jump. They'll break your fall. They got a net down
Oh, I
there.
can't. I'm afraid.
Your father's down there.
Father?
Yeah, now come on, that's the girl. Up on the ledge.
I'm afraid.
That's right. Now don't let the fire confuse you.
Right.
Just push off. That's it. Okay.
Did they catch her?
Yeah, sure. Now, next.
All right.
You're not afraid, are you, Miss Roberts?
Afraid? No? Really, Lieutenant Murphy? Why would I? Why could I?
Miss Roberts. Prudence. Oh, well, what do you know? After all this, she faints.
It's awfully nice of you to drive me home, Lieutenant.
Oh, forget it. I'm just thankful I had enough sense to try and find you tonight.
How did you find me?
Well, first I went to your apartment, and from there I found where you moved to. And Maggie knew which cab you took tonight, and, well, after that it was pie.
It was so melodramatic the way you got there just in time.
Yeah? Oh, you know, I can't get over the way you talk, Miss Roberts. Every word so clear, just like a poem.
Poem.
Yeah, that's what I said. Poem. Oh, I certainly hope I'm going to see you some now that the excitement's over.
Well,
Look, there's a real highbrow picture showing right near your place. I'd sure like to take you to.
No, I'm sorry.
Well, I just thought I'd ask.
But if you know of a good, fast murder picture with a lot of shooting...
Miss Roberts.
Can that, Miss Roberts?
Prudence. Hey, wait, what are you doing?
I'm throwing my glasses out of the window. From now on, call me Toots.
Roma Wines have brought you Myrna Loy as star of Library Book, tonight's study in Suspense.
This is Truman Bradley for Roma Wines, the sponsor of Suspense. With family and friends dropping in more and more, with more frequent entertaining at home, Here's a tip from famed hostess Elsa Maxwell. She says, I always welcome friends and guests with Roma California sherry served cool. There is nothing so friendly, so heartwarming as delicious, glorious gold and amber Roma sherry. Rich in natural fragrance and nutty, mellow taste. The perfect first call for dinner. Most enjoyable later in the evening, too. Easier to serve than tea or coffee. Yes, friends, because of Roma's goodness, smart hostesses and thrifty housewives from Malibu to Main Street prefer Roma to any other wine. Enjoy Roma regularly. For better cocktails, use full-flavored Roma vermouth, made and bottled in California, yet surprisingly low-priced. Try Roma vermouth soon, won't you?
Miss Myrna Loy will soon be seen in the Jack Skirball Bruce Manning production, A Genius in the Family. Next Thursday, you will hear Clifton Webb as star of Suspense, radio's outstanding theater of thrills.
Presented by Roma Wines, R-O-M-A, made in California for enjoyment throughout the world. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
It's intermission time at the Baba Ghoulie Show. Time to refresh yourself and visit our snack bar. Got a yen for some hot popcorn? How's about your favorite soft drinks, which are sparkling cold? And there's all kinds of candy to tempt you. It's radio time, folks. Enjoy the rest of the program. Hope you're enjoying today's radio program. When it's done, be sure to check out our channel over at Watchwaddle. Enjoy some tunes with a nice cold soda.
How are we going to know this guy? Remember, the man in Mike's car and got to see him, too.
Oh, that's Mike. I'm going to kiss him. And how?
Good. You might as well make him happy. It'll be the last pair of lips that hit him.
No.
You don't think he could have gone away, do you?
Here he comes now.
Thanks, handsome. I just couldn't pass you up.
Believe it or not, I never saw her in my life before. I must have overlooked something. Already shame, sir. Close to noise. Right under me very nose. Your nose. I'll get the car, sir.
Save him.
Okay for town, Mr. Avery. How is it for you, George? Okay. All right. We do it again, silk number 10.
Up high, 99. Quiet.
Do you want to move in and take a close-up at the top of the stairs? No, that was terrible. I'll make it over. Yes, sir.
We'll do it again, folks. All right.
399. Put it up. All of it.
Move that car back here.
All right, hold it.
Come on.
Hit them all.
Take it easy.
Oh, Mr. Brent, when you die this time, let's have less gymnastics. And don't spin like a top when you fall.
Okay, Brent. That's okay, Brent. Let's go. Come on, folks. Yeah, move that one over a little. What's the matter?
What's that?
What's the matter? Stand back, everybody. What's the Hey, Pete, call a doctor.
Okay. Come on, give me a hand. Let's get him to his dressing room.
All right. We won't need a doctor, George. He's dead.
Dead?
Dead? Round up every man that had a gun. Get the property man and find out who loaded those guns. And see that the body isn't touched. I'm going to phone the front office.
Yes, sir. All right, everybody, line up over there. All right, come on. And all you fellas in red guns, stand over there. Hey, Bill, come on.
Keep that door closed. And see that no one leaves the stage and no one comes in.
Yes.
My dear Mr. Little, since I read your scenario, I have come to the absolutely conclusion that your name, Mr. Little, fits you something beautiful. And furthermore, and yet besides,
Yes? Oh, yes, Mr. Avery. Just a minute. It's Mr. Avery.
Tell him to finish on schedule. He's 2 days behind already. Talking to me is a wasting time.
But he says it's important.
That's the trouble. He's too important entirely. Hello. What? Brent. Shot. Dead. Oh, that's going to cost me a fortune. What a calamity. Quick. Call Steiner. Tell him Brent was killed. Shot. What a calamity. What a calamity.
I get it, Joe. Thanks.
Yes?
Miles Brent was shot on the set. Killed. Mr. Grossman has gone to the stage.
I'll be right there. Miles Brent. Killed.
On general principles, not a bad idea, except that he happens to be one of our stars.
Get back to your office and do what you can to keep the papers off this until you hear what happened. Don't give out any story until you hear from me.
Sure, but rescue me as quickly as possible. They'll be on my neck just as soon as the police get the joyful news.
Miss Marin.
Yes?
Phone the brigade on the lot. And tell them not to let anyone in or out until they hear from me.
Very well.
Thanks.
Hey, why don't you watch where I'm going?
What's the hurry, Gumshoe?
Miles Brent's been shot.
Well, now there's a job that should have been done years ago.
Oh.
You won't have to rewrite any stuff for the death kiss now. No. Say, Marcia was on the set with him, wasn't she? Sure, but I don't think she did it. What stage? 3. Drop this stuff in my office, will you?
Miles Brent, huh? Picture actor. My wife always liked it. I have that kind of trouble, too. Come on, let's go.
All right, fellas. Here's something hot. Miles Brent killed. Shot. Soundstage number 3, Tonart Studio.
Sure, take just a minute.
Tonart Studio. Operator.
Hey, that's the Evening Star phone.
You're telling me? Hey, Star, give me the journal, will you, please?
Hello. Tonart, I want Pat Hill in the publicity department. Come on, snap into it.
You know me, Connolly. I never held out on the Evening Star yet. Yeah, I know all about your deadline. Yeah, you'll get the facts. Call me back. Yeah, never mind. I'll get it. Yeah?
Yes, Morris, I know, but can I help it? If he's shot in the morning, you've got to take those things as they come. Yeah, I'm going over there right away. The police ought to be here now. Yeah, call me back in 10 minutes.
Hey, come back here.
Ambulance coming? Yeah. Detective Lieutenant Sheehan, Homicide Squad. Who's in charge here?
I've been trying to get things straightened out for you. My name is Steiner, studio manager.
What happened?
Well, the company was shooting a scene during which several people fired guns at Brent.
And someone used real bullets, huh? People do get hurt that way.
That's the director's guess.
Oh, the director. Did he happen to guess who did it?
No.
Well, that's unfortunate. Looks like we'll have to do some guessing on our own.
Come on, Hill, loosen up. Was it an accident or did somebody really bump Maul?
I tell you, I don't know.
Then let us in on the lot so we can find out, will
I
you?
can't let anyone on the lot.
Marcia Lane was with him in the picture, wasn't she?
Sure, she was doing the lead opposite him.
Marcia, oh, his ex-wife. That helps the story.
Hey, what's the name of the picture? The Death Kiss.
The death kiss. Gee, what a tie-up.
Pardon me. Kay's off on the phone.
Just a minute, boys. I'll be right with you.
But wait a minute. Can't we get the angle on this thing?
8 men with guns?
Yes.
Well, it might have been an accident, but...
Frank, you don't think it was murder?
Darling, I don't even know. Maybe he just died of old age. Maybe he never even existed at all. Now, you wait here. I'm going to have a look around. Yours. You break it. Nothing but blanks left in these guns. Any other guns on the set?
That's all I know of.
You see, Captain, it's strictly an accident.
Lieutenant Sheehan, what's your name?
Leon A. Grossmith. I'm the president of this concern.
Well, what about it?
Now, look here, Sergeant. Do you realize what this means already, huh? You have no idea. It cost me up to now $239,351.
Yes, and it cost Brent his life.
Which also loses me money. I can't have no more Brent.
Now, pardon me, Lieutenant. Mr. Grossmith means to convey that this regrettable accident need not be converted into a Roman holiday for the rabble. Now, I assure you that Mr. Grossmith feels deeply, very deeply, the tragedy of this affair. And his point is, naturally, not to throw consternation into that great and unseen army of Mr. Brent's admirers. Now, that is precisely what Mr. Grossmith means.
That's just what I was going to say.
Mr. Steiner. Mr. Steiner.
Pardon me. What is it?
The papers are on my neck. I've got to tell them something. There's no use stalling any longer. They've got a story now about a mysterious woman. They don't know themselves, but they say it makes a great story.
Tell him it was an accident.
They won't believe it.
Then make him.
You don't know those boys. They've got imagination.
I don't care if they've got fallen arches. Tell them the Brand shooting was an unfortunate accident.
Yes. Is that satisfactory to you, Lieutenant?
Nothing satisfactory. I can't tell what it is because I don't know myself.
Oh. Here's all you had on him.
Oh. Keep that. Well, I'm sorry to gum up the works, but it wasn't an accident. It's murder.
Murder? Oi, what a calamity. How do you know?
This is the bullet that killed him. The .38 caliber center fire. All the guns the extras used were .45s. And you can't fire a .38 bullet through a .45 gun. It's an old Chinese principle.
Where did you get this?
Out of the wall of the set.
Don't you know better than to meddle in police matters?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to meddle. I just wanted to help. You see, I like to dabble a bit in murder cases.
Well, you just go and dabble someplace else.
All right.
Who is he?
One of our scenario writers, Franklin Drew.
Oh, writes detective stories, I suppose.
Yes. How did you know?
They always do. Well, this makes a difference. Looks like we've got a murder on our hands. Oh, you go and get that assistant director, that brilliant young man who said there were no other guns on this set. Right. Who's Marcia Lane?
What? You don't know who is Marcia Lane? Over $1 million we spent advertising her, ain't
Where is she?
She was on the set just a minute ago.
Well, let's have a talk with her.
How? Ask Miss Lane to come here.
Yes, sir.
Now, Steiner and the detective want to see Miss Lane immediately. Well, hurry.
I'm fluttering, sweetheart. Bill, tell Miss Lane Steiner and Dick want to see her. Okay, Chief. Oh, Pete. Rush Miss Lane over to Mr. Steiner and Dick.
Now?
No, next Tuesday, you sap.
Oh.
Come on, get going.
Oh, all right. Pardon me, Miss Lane. Mr. Steiner and the Dick want to see you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What can they want with me?
Oh, they just want to annoy you with a lot of routine questions. You see, they always question people like you first to give ones plenty of time to make up good alibis. It's part of the system. It's been going on for years.
Sit down, Miss Lane.
Thank you.
I don't wish to be unpleasant, but there are a few questions I'd like to ask you.
Certainly.
How long have you and Brent been separated?
We were divorced last May.
Why?
Well, I don't quite
The
see...
divorce is a matter of record, Lieutenant. I don't think we need to go into that now.
Say, will you go up to your office and write bad little boy 500 times? When did you last quarrel with Miles Brent?
I don't remember.
Didn't you love him?
I wouldn't answer that, Marcia.
Say, just what is your interest in this case?
Personally, I don't care who killed Brent. But I would like to know how it was done. Besides that, I'm a friend of Miss Lane's.
Wasn't your name mentioned during the divorce proceedings?
No. Sorry to disappoint you.
What did you do with your gun, Miss Lane?
My gun?
Yes.
I didn't have a gun.
Didn't you use one in the picture?
No.
But when you fired with the other...
As a matter of fact, if Miss Lane had fired, she couldn't have hit him. She was around on the other side of the set when the shooting took place.
Say, if you don't lay off, I'm going to take you downtown.
What for?
How do I know what for?
Oh, good. I was beginning to be afraid that you might say something sensible.
Hey, what are you trying to do there, huh? Don't move now. I got you surrounded. Don't lie now. What'd you try to hide in there, huh?
Why, nothing.
Yeah? We'll see about that. Hold this a minute. Now, wait a minute. No, you don't. Yeah? Oh, yeah?
This letter, all ready to mail, was found in Miles Brent's pocket. In this letter, he told his lawyer that Marcia Lane refused to sign a release as beneficiary of his life insurance policy. So you stand to collect $200,000.
Miss Lane's lawyer wouldn't let her sign the release. I know all about that.
Say, it's too bad you weren't the one that was shot. So that gives you a pretty nice motive, doesn't it?
No funny business now. Come on, keep moving now. There's your man, Chief. I caught him red-handed. He was trying to ditch his gun. Look, it's loaded, too.
I tell you I did.
Save your breath.
Put the bracelets on him, Owen.
Now, ain't that astounding? Something told me to take a squint around. I sees him trying to ditch his gun, see? And I puts two and two together. I says to myself, that's the man. I guess I used uncanny skill.
38 caliber and loaded. It's the gun, all right. Who is this fellow?
Name's Chalmers. He was an extra on the set.
Why did you kill Brent?
Oh, I never killed nobody.
You can't alibi yourself out of this. That's the only 38 gun in the place. You killed him. Why?
I'll tell you I didn't. Now, you gotta listen
Shut up.
to me.
You'll have plenty of time to talk later on. Do you know this man?
Why, yes. Everyone on the lot knows him. He was head electrician here for years.
How much did you pay him to kill Brent?
Now, wait a minute, Lieutenant. Why not pin the murder on the murderer? That's not against the rules.
What are you talking about?
Chalmers didn't kill Brent.
Well, how do you know?
This gun hasn't been fired.
How did this gun come to be loaded?
I loaded it for Brent, but I lost my nerve.
So you had planned to kill Brent, huh?
Yes, I wanted to kill him. I had every reason in the world to kill him.
But he made no attempt. So you can't arrest him. Not unless you want to make a fool of yourself.
You know, I'm beginning to think you're giving us the razz.
Prove it. You're a detective.
Take them off, Hilliker. And maybe we'll put them on him.
Well, we seem to be right back where we started.
Yes, perhaps you have some very valuable suggestion.
Yes, I have.
What?
The cameras were photographing when Brent was killed. There might be something very interesting on the film. It wouldn't hurt to look.
Not bad. How soon can we see the stuff?
We could get the print in, say, 3 or 4 hours.
Well, get them going?
Oh, certainly. Come, Mr. Grossmith.
You take the name and address of every person on this set and warn them all about trying to leave town. Right. In any of your books, does the detective ever sock the novelist on the nose?
No.
Write it in sometime. Seems to me like a good idea.
Bill, George? Marcia.
Oh, Frank. It won't be very pleasant to see it all over again.
But it may help us a lot. Carefully.
Is everybody here?
I think so, Mr. Grossmith.
Mr. Steiner's in a projection booth. He'll be right in.
All right.
Here he is now.
You ready, Mr. Grossmith?
Yes.
Mr. Grossmith's ready.
Quiet, please. Quiet.
All right, turn him over. Rolling. Mark it. Action.
Get your counter. It'll be right here.
Thanks, handsome. I just couldn't pass you up.
Believe it or not, I've never seen her in my life before. I must have been overlooking something. Oh, bloody shame, sir. Most annoying. Right under my very nose. Your nose? Oh, I'll get the cross.
Lights! Lights! Turn on those lights!
I wonder what that was. Wait, did you see that?
Not hurt badly, but he must have received a sharp blow.
Yeah, it looks like it was done with a blunt instrument. You know, I had an uncle once was knocked out the same way, only he got hit with a shovel.
Whoever rocked your cradle overdid it. A rouge-tipped cigarette butt started it off. Can you tell me, is that studio makeup?
Hard to say. Perhaps Whittle, our makeup man, could tell you.
Thanks. How did it happen?
I swear I don't know. I was leaning over the machine, checking the focus. I thought the building came down on me. How about another print?
Yes, and we'll take care of it this time. There was something on it. And whoever touched it off didn't want it to be seen.
We can have the laboratory run one off right away. Could we, Mr. Goldsmith? Why, yes. There's no reason why we couldn't. Will you come with me?
No, Hilliker will go with you. I have another angle. Where'll I find this makeup man?
Makeup department? Clear around the other end of the lot, just the end of S Street.
Sounds like a sleeper jump.
I'll show you if you like.
Thanks.
It's a special panchromatic rouge of my own make. Only 2 people on the lot are in the habit of using it.
Who are they?
Miss Collins and Miss Lane.
Who's Miss Collins? She's one of our players.
Is she in this picture you're photographing?
No, I believe she's working in the Night Riders. They're out on location.
And the only other person on the lot that uses this rouge is Marcia Lane?
As far as I know.
I see. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Now, wait a minute. You have quite a stock of this rouge on hand, haven't you?
A few tubes of it?
Just as I thought. Anybody could get at it.
Not very well. All the makeup that is not in use is kept in the cabinets.
And the cabinets are locked?
Yes. Excuse me. Hello. Just a minute. It's for you.
Hello. Yes, Hilliker. How? All right. You stick around there and see what you can find out. Tell Steiner I'll see you at his office. The negative of that last scene has been ruined. Someone poured acid in the container.
This thing gets more muddled every minute.
You telling me? How do I get to Steiner's office?
I'll show you.
Thanks. And you're not going with me.
Right at the head of the street.
Thanks. You ought to have a map of this place.
Oh, Lieutenant. Know that anybody could have taken the rouge from Miss Lane's dressing room.
Sure. A very interesting detail.
What do you make of it, Drew?
Got me. It's more of a mystery than anything I ever wrote.
What I can't understand is why anyone should want to murder Brent. Now, if it were a supervisor...
I don't see why anybody wants to murder anybody. It's a silly idea.
You going to try and solve it?
Yes, why not? Be fun. Besides...
Marcia?
Yes. Oh, say, Tom, if you see her, don't say anything about that dress business. It'll only upset her.
No. Of course not. If I can help you, let me know.
Thanks. Has anything been moved on the set?
No. Police instructions were to leave everything undisturbed.
Well, I'm going to have another look around. I want to find out just how he was murdered and with what gun.
Yeah, I got an idea how Brent was killed. You want to hear it?
Some other time. Better go home and sleep it off, Chalmers.
No, that's what you think. Chalmers don't know anything, huh? Well, listen. I've been on the set and I've been seeing things.
Yeah, snakes and pink elephants, I'll bet.
All right. Be smart, huh? Be smart. Now, listen, you're going to come to me later.
Oh, I'll see you in the morning. Go on home.
The old boy evidently cashed his paycheck and drank it.
Want to have a look around with me?
No. I'm not much of a detective. Besides, Mrs. Avery's waiting for me.
All right.
Good luck.
Thanks.
find Sheehan. He's someplace on the lot. Bring him here. Mr. Drew. Mr. Drew, what happened? What happened? Here. Swell, ain't it? I made it myself.
Who's in there?
It's all right, Sheehan.
Now.
I found the gun that killed Brent.
Where?
Right here in this lamp. Why, it's gone.
Probably got tired sitting there and decided to take a walk.
No, I'm not kidding. I came down on the set to have a look around. Just by accident, I noticed this smudge on the lamp here. So I looked inside. Found a small derringer fastened there, attached to an electromagnet. There's the wire it was connected to. And I got a bump on the head that knocked me out.
Well, this proves one thing. Whoever killed Brent, a whole lot about electricity. Who has charge of these lamps?
Head gaffer.
Well, what's that in English?
The chief electrician.
Who is he?
Al Payne.
Where can I find him?
Here, Tom will take you over.
Come here, kid. Let me take a look at that head. Now, that's all right. Now, listen. You stop monkeying around with police matters. It's a tough racket. That head of yours won't stand another wallop. Come on, let's get going.
Mr. Drew, I've been thinking.
No.
Yeah, the first thing I ask myself when I investigate the murder is, who done it?
Well, that sounds logical.
And the next thing I ask myself is, who could do it?
And then?
And then I ask myself again, who wanted to do it?
And how do you answer yourself?
Well, I ain't come to that yet. You take Chalmers, for instance. He didn't like Brent.
Well, why should he be an exception?
He didn't like Brent on account of Brent had him fired.
When was this?
A couple months ago, when Chalmers was head gaffer, they had an argument.
Head gaffer? Yeah, Chalmers is an electrician, isn't he?
Yeah, Chalmers had a couple of drinks, and him and Brent had an argument.
Say, Gully, you are a first-class gumshoe.
Investigator.
All right, investigator. Right now, will you run up to the casting office and investigate and find out where Chalmers lives?
Sure. What are you going to do? Apprehend him?
Maybe. You want to come along?
Oh, boy, I'll say.
Gun?
Yeah. Oh. Got my gun, my badge, and...
Need those. Come on, let's get going.
The director hasn't anything to do with it. The cameraman really sets the lights.
You mean he tells you where to put the lights?
Yeah.
When was this set lit?
The afternoon before. They rehearsed the scene with the principals so they wouldn't hope when they called the extras.
Do you remember anything particular about that one light?
To be truthful with you, we had a lot of arguments on that set. Mr. Steiner didn't like the photography and he wanted more light.
Steiner? Was he there when it was rehearsed?
Yes.
Who else?
Well, they were all there, with the exception of the extra people.
There were no extras there, huh?
No, only Chalmers. You know, he's a sort of a privileged character around this lot. He used to be our head gaffer.
Chalmers used to be an electrician?
Yes. Miss Lane felt sorry for him, made Mr. Avery give him a bit in her picture.
Oh, Miss Lane got him the job.
Yes.
Could you give me the address of the cameraman and Chalmers?
Sure.
And, by the way, if a writer by the name of Drew asks you anything, don't answer him. See? Well, you can't keep me from hoping.
This is it.
Chalmers is in trouble again. You wish to see Mr. Chalmers?
Yes, is he in, Mrs.
Miss Potts, and I don't know anything at all about his comings and goings. Doesn't he answer the bell?
No, he doesn't.
Now, we're just going in. Cleaning day today, you know. I suppose he's lying stiff and the place all cluttered up with gin bottles.
Let's go in and have a look around, Captain.
As tenant, guests I mean though, he wasn't so bad until he lost his job. Then he started acting queer like.
See? I told you.
I laid down the law to him. I said, Mr. Chalmers, my bungalow court isn't an alcoholic ward. As I thought, drunk again. Well, this is the end. This is no Keeley cure. Out he goes. I'm sick and tired of his carryings on.
The fellow's dead.
Dead? Well, he didn't think of me. No, not him. I suppose my 2850 back wind has gone up the flue.
Did I have Chalmers spotted? All I did was ask myself, who done it?
Poison, all right. Familiar smelling stuff, too.
Boy, that guy would drink anything that wasn't too thick to chew. Well, I guess this about washes up the case, eh, Mr. Drew?
Looks like suicide to you, eh, Ghoulie?
Sure.
I guess Sheehan would think so, too.
He may be dumb, but he ain't blind.
He's not as dumb as he looks. You wear a wristwatch, Ghoulie?
Huh?
You wear a watch on your wrist?
Well, you see, it's a present from the wife. I gotta wear it.
Why do you wear it on your left wrist?
Well, I use my right hand the most, because I'm right-handed.
You ever try to write with it on your right?
No.
Neither did Chalmers. Which makes this note a very interesting piece of fiction. Say, Ghoulie, come here. Take a look in here. Now, what do you see?
Bottle of gin and a piece of ice.
What else? Use your powers of observation.
Oh, you mean that piece of wilted lettuce in there?
Don't you notice that little service door on the back has been left open?
Whatever. The iceman probably left it that way. My wife says you can't trust those icemen anyway.
If the iceman had left that little door open when he put in the fresh cake, there wouldn't be any ice there now.
Oh, I never thought of that.
Let's have a look outside. Look. Someone must have stood here a long time.
Them are fresh prints, ain't they?
Step up there a minute. Look out for those tracks.
Now what?
Look through the window. You see Chalmers sitting there?
Yeah, the door's open.
Supposing someone stood here and Dr. Chalmers' gas box from this side. And then stood here and watched him drink his last drink through the window. What would you say?
And then watched him die. Went in and wrote the note and put the pencil in his hand, huh?
Yeah, only there's where he made his mistake. Put the pencil in the wrong hand.
That's just what I was thinking.
Ghoulie, you know, if a car was parked here, it would entirely conceal that door and that window.
Yeah? Then Chalmers didn't kill himself, huh?
Let's leave that to Sheehan. If I'm any good as a guesser, he ought to be here by now.
Found stuff over on the table.
Yeah, huh?
Don't let Sheehan know what we found out.
I got you.
The captain got here 15 minutes ago.
Captain?
What are you and that Keystone cop doing here?
Now, looky here, Shane, you can't talk that way about me. Remember, I'm chief of the studio police, and I got rights.
Nature in the raw.
Here's another opportunity for your skill, Lieutenant. We've been waiting for you.
Everybody around here seems to know more about police matters than the police.
That's noble of you to admit it.
Did you two nuisances touch anything around here?
Nothing important.
Good. Then clear out. And take that uniform moron with you.
Come on.
Suicide, huh? Looks like it.
Well, I always thought it was Chalmers right from the start.
Now who's the Keystone Cop? He don't even know Chalmers was left-handed.
Come on. Left-handed? Sure. That starts it all over again. I can remember when murders were nice, clean, simple things done with machine guns and meat axes. But this case...
Right straight back. All right. What seems to be the trouble?
Battery's dead.
But didn't Miss Lane get a new battery just last week?
Yeah, I don't understand it. It's bone dry. Liquid's all gone.
Just as I thought. We were right. Poison. Electrolytic liquid, 38% distilled water, 33% electrolytic liquid, 7% by volume. The man said a teaspoonful in a glass will kill a man dead.
Electrolytic acid. Didn't say anything else?
No, that was all. Hey, ain't them the same kind of tread that left the marks under Chalmers' window?
Oh, there's probably 1,000 cars in the Hollywood that have that makeup tire.
Yeah, I never thought of that.
Say, Ghoulie, I want you to get me the key to Brent's dressing room, but don't let anybody know it's for me, see?
Say, I'll get you the key to the city if you want it.
No, I have a couple of things to do. I'll meet you here in half an hour.
Okay.
Who is it?
Frank, may I come in?
Just a minute.
Well, why all the locks?
I was just going through some old letters and didn't want to be disturbed.
Oh, see?
Where have you been? I've been waiting all afternoon for you.
Oh, I've just been doing a little sleuthing. Marcia, you trust me, don't you?
Why, yes, of course.
You know I'd do anything in the world for you, don't you?
I believe you would, dear.
Then, is there anything you know about the murder of Brent that you haven't told me?
No.
I've just come from Chalmers' place. He's dead.
Chalmers?
Poisoned.
You mean murdered?
If it isn't that, it's a good imitation of it.
Oh, how awful.
Whoever did it used electrolytic acid. Acid out of a battery. The unfortunate part of the whole thing is that they used your car and the acid out of your battery.
My car? That's why my car wouldn't start.
Yes. I only told you this because I'm afraid Sheehan will find out and arrest you on suspicion. That would mean headlines and scandal.
What do you want me to do?
I want you to get out of here. Any place, just so Sheehan can't find you.
But that's running away.
But only for a day or two, just to give me time.
I'll go to Mary's at Malibu. She'll help me.
Oh, that's swell. Make it fast, will you? There's no knowing how close Sheehan's behind me. I'll telephone you when I get it all worked out. You may have a long beard by then, but I'll try and hurry. Bye-bye, sweet.
Leon.
I suppose you're surprised that I'm here, huh, Marcia?
Frankly, yes.
You haven't come to see me since Brent's accident.
I should think you'd know why.
I don't. I only know that I want to help you.
I have all the help I need.
Marcia, you mustn't treat me like this. I never said anything to you while Brent was alive. But you should know how I feel.
You succeeded in making your feelings quite plain enough.
Marcia, I'm very fond of you.
It's not the kind of fondness I care about. Please go now, Leon. I'm in rather a hurry.
Marcia, maybe someday you will come to me and ask for help. Maybe you will apologize to me for laughing about how I feel for you. Perhaps Brent wasn't killed for nothing.
No matter how smart they are, always slip up.
What's your name? Pardon me. Hello? Yes, sir, I will. Well, wait a minute. Here she is now. Miss Lane, Mr. Steiner would like to see you in his office.
Thank you.
What's your name?
Mr. Wheatcroft.
Mr. Todd, please. Mr. Wheatcroft calling to see you. All right, thank you.
Pull down that blind. Did you see Brent when he came in?
I see everybody.
What kind of a suit did he have on?
There it is.
Funny she and Miss looking in here.
You've been keeping them too busy.
See what those letters are.
Here's one from a dame named Agnes.
Agnes who?
She ain't that dumb. She don't say much, except that she can't live without him. Married, too. Says her husband don't understand her. Well, that's that old story. 2 men and a woman. The internal triangle.
What kind of a place is the Cliffside Inn?
Oh, you know, one of those weekend places with all the Mr. Smiths and Mr. Jones and Mr. Browns.
Brent wouldn't go there alone, would he?
Not him.
How far is Ocean View from here?
A couple hours north on the coast road.
Well, I guess I have to stop.
Why?
I'm beginning to think there's a woman in the case.
No. Mr. Drew, this case has become uncomplicated. Even for me.
Come on.
Gee, it's 4:30. I gotta check in on my next... Listen, don't go away without me, will you?
All right, Ghoulie, I'll pick you up the gate when I go.
Mr. Drew, I've been looking for you. Miss Lane wants to see you. She's in Mr. Steiner's office.
Oh, thanks.
Yes, sir.
Go right in, Mr. Drew.
When did you find out your car wouldn't start?
About an hour ago.
Well, with all your dabbling, you didn't throw us off.
You've thrown yourself off if you think Miss Lane had anything to do with Chalmers or Brent either.
All right, all right. Just sit down there. And keep quiet. Where did you go this afternoon?
I went downtown.
In your car?
Yes,
Where did you park it?
on the street. In front of Elfman's flower shop. I ordered some flowers from Mr. Brent's funeral.
Then where did you go? You went to Chalmers' house, didn't you?
Wait a minute. I won't stand for this. You can't trick Miss Lane into answers. And have little boy Blue over there take him down.
Now keep quiet, Drew.
You're trying to get at the bottom of this.
Oh, no, you're not. Sheehan's trying to force Miss Lane into admission to things she's never done.
She might as well talk here as downtown. I've got a warrant for her.
For what?
Suspicion of murder.
What's your theory?
It's as simple as ABC.
Yes, it would be if you thought of it.
Chalmers killed Brent because he hated him and she offered him money. Then she got frightened and killed Chalmers, thinking that he would get drunk and give it away. Every piece of evidence we've got points to her. It was her cigarette that blew up the dome, her car that made the tracks outside of Chalmers' house, and acid from her battery that killed him.
Oh, that's a lot of bunk. I know, you've got to make an arrest. It's okay with you. Steiner, you can't sit there and let them arrest Marcia. Well, she has nothing more to do with these than Lincoln had to do with the burning of Rome.
Mr. Drew, we don't know whether Lincoln burned Rome or not, and we don't care. But this man is a policeman, so let us hear what he has to say.
If you're not paying you to quarrel with the police.
Oh, I don't care if you pay me a dime. Sheehan, if you arrest Miss Lane now, there'll be a lot of nasty newspaper headlines. Hold off for 24 hours and I'll be responsible. Better than that. I'll prove that she's innocent.
You're making yourself ridiculous.
I'm trying to protect one of your stars.
Wait a minute, Steiner. Maybe he's right. What about this scandal? What about her box of his name? Ain't they got enough trouble here already without having Marcia arrested?
Now, Mr. Grossmith, if you want to accept the responsibility, you can. But remember, this is a murder case. 2 people are dead. And how do you know someone else won't be killed? For my part, I believe that the police should not be interfered with.
Well, all I gotta say is that it's a terrible calamity.
Let's go, Hilliker. I guess the explosion's over.
Someone in this studio killed Miles Brenton Chalmers. And he's trying to pin it on Marcia Lane. But they won't get away with it.
Come on, Miss Lane.
Marcia, honey, I'm sorry. I'll get you out of this just as soon as I can.
I know you will, Frank. I'm not worried, really.
Come on.
I expect to like this. I read all about it here. I expect. Marcia Lane accused of studio murder. I expect. Baby, read all about it. Marcia Lane accused of studio murder here. Hi, baby. I read all about it. I get a question like me here.
How do you do, sir? How do you do? I'm from the publicity office of the Tone Art Studios. Yes? I'd like to see a list of the people who sent flowers to the Brent funeral. Oh, I think I have a list. Thanks. Terrible thing, the Brent murder, wasn't it? I hear they arrested Marcia Lane. Yes, I guess she'll be one who won't send flowers. Oh, yes, she will. She was in here early this afternoon and ordered a big wreath. Oh, is that so? They are. Mostly women. Surprising so many of them gave their names. Oh, some of them didn't. There was a lady near just now who signed the check, then thought better of it and tore it up. Didn't want the husband to see the canceled check. Perhaps. Oh, pardon me. Yes, madame?
Any gardenias?
Oh, certainly.
Oh, good evening.
Evening.
Alone?
Yes, I'm not stopping.
Oh.
I have a key here. A friend of mine carried away with him.
Oh, thank you.
My name's Drew. I'm from the Tone Art Studios. I'd like to keep this thing quiet.
Keep what quiet?
Brent's visit here the night before he was murdered. You see, if the papers get hold of a story like this, they play it up, and it's bad for the picture business.
Well, it doesn't do us any good either.
All right, let's get together.
Sure, what do you want?
Who was the woman with Brent?
Mrs. Brent?
There is no Mrs. Brent. They were divorced.
Well, then I don't know who she is. You see, I wasn't here when they checked in, and they left in such a hurry I didn't see them go out.
In a hurry? Why?
Well, a fellow came in here and started a row, and then he waited in that telephone booth over there, and when they came down, he stepped out. At least that's what Charlie says.
Who's Charlie?
One of the night bellhops.
Could I see him?
Sure. Oh, Charlie.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
This gentleman wants to ask you a few questions.
Shoot. Say, do you remember seeing the man who waited for Miles Brent in the telephone booth the other night?
I just got a glimpse of him before the fight.
What fight?
Well, when Brent hit him in the patio.
Oh, how did it happen?
Well, the lady ran out to the car when she saw the guy come out of the booth. Then the guy steps up to Mr. Brent and says, "Brent, I want to see you." I thought it sounded kind of silly because he was seeing him right there.
Well, then what happened?
Well, Brent takes the guy outside in the patio. That's when he socked him.
Well, then did Brent get into his car?
Yeah, and the other guy picked himself up. Boy, was he mad. And was his face red.
What did he say?
What didn't he say? Listen. It was awful. And then he beats it.
Would you remember this man if you saw him again?
Well, I might. And then again, I might not. It all happened so fast.
Would you remember the lady?
Sure. Say, she was a honey. She looked kind of funny. You know, like she was a foreigner or something.
With an accent?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine, Charlie. You've been a big help to me. Here.
Thanks.
Good night, and thanks.
Good night. Say, are you a detective?
No, I'm just from the studio.
Will there be detectives here?
I hope not.
Call for Mr. Wallace. Calling Mr. Wallace.
Which booth did that fellow hide in?
There.
How long has it been out of order?
Just since the guy hit him there. I guess he kept pounding on the hook trying.
Shelf. That's all you can think of is shelf. Already this picture cost me $239,351. Better I put my money in the bank. Can I get any interest from my shelf?
I'm not asking you to do anything. But how can we finish the picture without Brent?
I've told you 17 times that we can use a double.
And play the whole kissing scene in a long shot?
Why not?
Because it's all wrong. It's terrible. I've got my reputation to think of.
And I got my money to think of.
Money. What's money?
Now, just a minute. Now, let's take it calmly. New York office is of the opinion that the murder of Brent won't hurt the picture if we can release it soon enough. Now, why not shoot that scene using a double and wind it up? It's the last scene in the picture. It can't possibly do you any harm.
Exactly. Steiner has got right.
Oh, all right. What's the use of arguing? Good. We can get the company together and shoot it tonight.
Oh, wait a minute. What about Marcia?
Oh, we can arrange with she and to use her for that one scene. Yeah? She can come over with the whole police department if he likes. Everybody's on call and everything in the set is standing. We can shoot it in half an hour. Dad, hold on a minute. What time?
7:30.
Say 9:30. Make it 9 o'clock. We'll save a half hour.
Dad, we're going to shoot the last scene of the death kiss tonight. Round up the company for a 9 o'clock call.
Sure, Mr. Steiner. Mac, we're retaking the death kiss. Get busy on the call.
Hey.
You've got Brent's double call, haven't you?
Yes, I'll have him all right. But say, what about Miss Lane?
I take care of her.
Still come at 36.
Hey, Mac, we put that light over in the look. Screen 80, will it?
Screen 80, Joe.
Look, screen 80. Say 27 and 42.
Joe, that's Mike. How
about those over there?
I think everything is all right.
Good evening.
You know Mrs. Avery?
Oh, yes, of course. How are you? I'm surprised you've come to see this retake.
Put it down to morbid curiosity. That's the woman of it. She insisted on coming.
Now, come along with me. I will make you comfortable. He's very good with the ladies.
For the last time, this scene, folks.
Let it out, yeah.
I will do it the same way.
yeah.
You two girls in the back, on the left.
Hang away,
Back to your place.
Hang away.
Watch out.
Hang away.
Put a scrim on it.
Shoot the whole scene over?
Kill those two over there, 6 feet and 12, yeah.
Hey, we're going to take the whole scene over again.
All right.
Huh? How much is these?
We have 42 front here.
Gulliver, do you know where Mr. Drew is?
He went away and left me after him promising he wouldn't.
Well, do you know where he went?
I got an idea, but I can't tell.
Well, do you know when he'll be back?
I don't know.
He'll turn up. You can't lose that guy.
We're ready for a rehearsal, Miss Lane.
All right, thank you.
Go ahead. We'll wait here.
Thank you.
And just as you reach here, Miss Lane steps up and kisses you. Now, naturally, you're surprised because you don't know her. Then you turn, read your line to the doorman, and walk out of the curb.
Right.
Oh, Marsh, I'm so sorry about everything. I know it's going to be difficult for you, but I'll try and help you all I can.
Thanks, John.
Oh, you know Miss Johnson?
Yes, how do you do?
Shall we try it once? Oh, George, let's have quiet, please.
Quiet. Rehearsal. Take your places, please.
Come on.
Sound ready for rehearsal?
Okay.
This business gives me a funny feeling.
What do you mean?
I don't know, it just gives me a funny feeling, that's all. Supposing it should happen somebody else's shot.
It's ridiculous.
Well, maybe it is and maybe it ain't. Anyway, I don't like the set and I don't like the title of the picture. The Death Kiss. Yeah. From now on, we have no more titles with death in it.
You're getting superstitious?
Say, you ain't got no nerves. Well, I ain't afraid either, but I'm just a little scared, that's all.
What can possibly happen?
That's it, anything.
I must have been overlooking something.
Oh, bloody shame, sir. Nose to noise. Right under me very nose.
Wait a minute.
What's the matter now?
I can't get it with the mic there.
Well, go ahead and fix it the way you want it.
Swing it in here, Father. Come on, Father. Now down a little closer. There. Is that in your picture?
No, you're safe there.
Okay, test it.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Microphone number 2.
All right, let's go.
Okay for sound.
Oh, Lieutenant, can I see you a minute?
Well, if it isn't our little mystery writer. I knew you'd turn up. Have you solved it?
Come over here a minute.
What's the revelation?
Well, I went through the clothes that Brent wore the night before he was murdered. I found a room key to the Cliffside Inn in his pocket. I went up to the inn and found that he'd registered there the night before as Mr. and Mrs. Brent.
Not unusual for him, was it?
No, but the husband of the woman that was with him waited for Brent in the telephone booth in the lobby. When Brent came down, they had a fight. Brent beat him up and left with the woman. Now, there's your motive. The fellow who hid in the telephone booth is the fellow who murdered Brent.
It's a motive, sure. But it seems to me that everyone around here had a motive.
Yes, but this same man knew a lot about electricity and a lot about film. Now, Chalmers couldn't have thrown that cigarette butt in the film because he was nowhere around at the time. Marcia couldn't have poured acid on the negative. Well, she knows less about film than you do. But this same fellow, whoever it was, found out that Chalmers had discovered his contraption in the lamp, stole Marcia's car, took acid again, Dr. Chalmers' gin, and then returned the car.
Yes, but why did he take Miss Lane's car?
To give himself a double-headed out. If you believed that suicide gag, well, that was the end of it. If you didn't, everything pointed to Marcia. Whatever happened, he wouldn't be suspected.
Yeah? But you have got to show me that the guy who was at the inn is someone here at the studio, and that he had access to the light, the film, the car, and everything else.
Well, that's easy. The man who hid in the telephone booth left this trademark.
What's this?
Oh, you know as well as I do. The scribblings a man makes on a piece of paper are as identifying as his signature.
Oh. Now all we've got to do is to find the guy that scribbles like this, huh?
Well, I've done that, too. Take a look at this.
Where did you get this?
In Grossmith's office. Now, Avery, Steiner, Grossmith, and Howell were in there having a conference.
Then you think one of those four killed Brent?
Yes.
This is interesting. But I've only your word for it, and that don't count for much. Well, I'll keep your paper dolls. But you have got to get me more substantial evidence than this before I can let Miss Lane go.
Take good care of these guns, boys, and don't forget to check them back to me.
All right.
Thank you.
Sure the gun isn't loaded? You bet not. I just looked at it. Mind if I look? Not at all. That clear to you? All right, we'll take it.
Is everybody ready? Let's make it.
Johnson, powder up, will you please?
Sure.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Frank, I've been so worried about you.
Darling, I'm hot on the trail. I've got an idea. And if I'm right, I'll have this whole thing wrapped up and tied before you know it.
But don't go away before I'm through, will you?
Oh, you bet I won't.
Miss Lane, will you stand in a minute, please?
See you later. Isn't loaded, is it?
What do you think? I'm crazy?
Mind if I look?
Oh, go ahead.
Thanks. Say, Bill, those aren't the same guns you used before, are they?
I know. I couldn't get 38s before, so I slipped in 45s. Nobody knew the difference.
You mean 38s were called for before?
Yeah, they made a row about it.
Who insisted on it?
Okay, coming up.
Come on with me. Listen, I've got it. This is Bill, the property man. He tells me on the day that Brent was murdered, he was definitely ordered to give all the extras 38 caliber guns.
Yeah?
Did you get it? 38 caliber guns were ordered. Now, if Bill had supplied them, we'd have never have known that it wasn't an accident. But he didn't. He substituted 45s. That's how we knew it was a murder. Now, the fellow who ordered those 38s...
Say, who ordered those guns?
Go ahead, Bill. Tell him.
Well, it was Mr.
Everybody stand up! Lights! Give me a light! Be your shit! Come on! There he is! There he goes! Up there! Avery.
Mr. Avery?
So he's the one that ordered the guns.
Yes, and like a fool, I told you about him under the microphone. He was listening in with the earphones.
So it was him.
Don't look at him now. He's dead.
Dead. Yes. I'm glad.
The woman at the Cliffside Inn, huh?
You stay here, Hilliker. Come on, go with me. I got him.
There's your man. Who is he? You'll suffer for this, you despicable cad.
So, you're a policeman, huh?
Pardon me. I think I owe apologies to Miss Lane, and to you, too. I'm sorry I was so unpleasant.
You know, at first I could have sworn it was you.
I knew it, and it made me quite angry. But you're much more clever than I gave you credit for.
Well, that sounds like a new contract.
We'll talk about that later.
Oh, Lieutenant, would you mind telling me why it is that detectives always wear their hats, even in the presence of ladies?
Well, sure. That's so we won't have anything in our hands or arms in case we have to use them.
That's one for the book. Do you mind if I write it in right now?
Thanks for watching the Baba Ghoulie Show by OTR Halloween Holidays. This is Waddle the Duck saying check out Channel Watch Waddle for some fun cartoons with no static.